Today we are going to be continuing with some Dominion League play. And let me just open up another window over here so that I can have the Twitch chat loaded up in case I miss that, and maybe I will throw on some music as well. But we are good to go. And we're going to be playing 6 games against Staith. If I'm feeling so inclined, here are the current standings before this game. So we're doing pretty good. Toth is the main person that we have to worry about overtaking us. So if we can just play decently against Staith, we might even be able to lock this league up without even having to play Toth. So let's play Staith now. And just let him know that we are good to go. We are doing it. Alright, so I think these might all be base set games again. Similar to when we started the season. My internet seems like it's going a little bit slow today. So I do want to let him know about that. All right, no, we got some sets here. We got some sets, so that's cool. Alright, so we've got Tax, which I just played with the other day. You can pay 2 to make any given supply pile a little bit more expensive. Raise, I believe, isn't super great. Trash this or a card from your hand. Okay, so it's trashing, but Develop is also trashing, right? Trash a card from your hand. Gain 2 cards to your deck, one that costs exactly 1 more, and one costs exactly 1 less. In either order. That's probably pretty good. It also means that, yeah, we can trash the Feodoms easily. You trash the Feodom, grab like a Distant Lands or a Forum. Probably a Distant Land. So a lot of treasure in the kingdom. That's going to be really interesting. We also have Fortress, which is going to work wonderfully with Develop. We might even just want to buy a Develop and a Fortress to start the game off. Probably not going to go for the treasure map route, but it's cute. The start of cleanup, if you have this in no other, or just one other action, then you get to replay the walled village in the next turn. So you're guaranteed to make use of it. Don't really want to go. I want to grab all of the harems. So I guess we'll probably like develop Fortress into Forums and then try to buy harems whenever possible. That's probably the route. But yeah, Fortress and Develop seems really good. The only tricky part with this kingdom, and luckily we are going second, I don't really want to buy anything first with the fact that Tax is on the board. So I want to buy Develop and Fortress, but in doing so, I'm really going to mess up my ability to buy anything else. So we'll see. My opponent with the 4, they're going to go for Develop plus repaying a debt. That makes sense to me. I could go for something like Silver plus repaying the debt. Really doesn't do too much for me, other than gets the silver off the board, or the tax on the silver off the board. Does this give +1 buy? It does not. So this costs your buy as well, which is kind of interesting. Are there any ways to generate additional buys? I don't believe so. When you buy this +1 buy. Okay. Yeah. I'm only going to have 3 next turn, so I won't be able to get a develop, and I think getting a develop is going to be pretty important. So maybe I go for the silver, but maybe I just grab this develop. I think that could be fine. If we just take turns grabbing a whole bunch of develops, you develop your develop into a fortress, and that works out just as fine anyways. When you develop a fortress, you wind up also using that to gain another develop afterwards. But yeah, these games wind up being pretty weird. Now, will we need actions? That is a good question. I don't actually think that we'll need actions, and I might get a raise from this necropolis. Because we really don't need actions. Unfortunately, we won't be able to buy a fortress this turn, but now with the develop, you do have to grab those cards. That is the trick. So if you just develop a copper, then you've just removed a copper from your deck. So that might be something better to consider. Just get a copper out of the deck. Otherwise, we replace Necropolis with Raise and Copper, which I think is worse. The other option would just be to buy a develop here. But I do think we want to start trashing something. So let's just trash a copper. And end the turn. So my opponent does have a 1 debt. They're probably not super likely to make a huge turn this turn. And then we will develop the Overgrown Estate. And that is worth it because we do end up drawing a card when we do that. So I like that decently okay. Eventually we'll develop the raise, I believe. Oh, my opponent, nice, yeah, put some tax on the fortresses. I do think that's a good play, but we're going to try to develop for the fortress because we've got so many more develops than my opponent. So let's trash the Overgrown Estate. So I have to gain... We gain first card or 2 coins. Oh, it's just saying for 0. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so let's grab a raise and a copper, and then let's get another develop. So we should be able to develop a develop eventually. Though at this point, like, I almost don't mind just buying into the tax. Because we're just going to have so much else going on. But I think this is going to be a pretty slow game as well. It's not going super fast here. And now that my opponent grabbed a silver, I could grab a silver as well. But I do think I want to develop because I want to be developing develops as well. And yeah, now I can do that freely. This turn I'll develop a develop, grab a fortress, and a raise. And we keep making the deck smaller too as we do this. So fortress and raise sounds fine. I'm not going to buy anything else. Certainly not buying a copper. I guess I could repay the debt, right? But yeah, that's funny that even copper has a debt on it. Yeah, we got a game here for sure, though. And we will be able to keep trashing things. So I can go Necropolis, raise, and then develop, trash the fortress. Let's do Necropolis and then develop first. So we trash this, and I think I grabbed the Forum. Yeah, I think that's fine because I think that's going to help me buy harems. I might actually need more copper in my deck or a silver in my deck in order to buy a harem, which is kind of funny. I do wonder if at some point it's worth just getting all the distant lands. No, we're going to get the harem by developing this forum, I believe. Oh, and then I have to grab another develop. That's right. Okay, and then let's Fortress, drawing a card, and now I can develop this raise or this copper. But I think I like developing the raise because I don't think raise is actually any good. So we develop the raise and then can just grab another develop, and we're all good. And we're making our deck pretty streamlined. There's definitely a lot of luck still at play, but I should either now be able to just develop this forum into Harem Fortress. I think I like that. I could definitely also play the forum and I'd be able to find the fortress, possibly. But I think it's just a good play just to get the harems in my deck because that's going to allow me to do more things. So my opponent adds 2 more debt to the province pile. I don't think we're going for provinces this game. I think we're developing forum, grabbing harem fortress, and then buying another develop. So yeah, I don't think we really need those harems. We are going to try to win this game by running out the harems, the distant lands, and the... Actually, probably the develops, the fortresses, and the distant lands, huh? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the last thing is. So I can either gain a curse, discard 2 cards, or gain a curse. I think discarding 2 cards is pretty free here. Though we could run out the curses, like that also seems fine. I think Torturer might be good against my opponent as well. But for this turn, at the very least, discarding 2 seems totally appropriate. And my opponent grabs a gold and repays the debt. Alright, fair enough. Not going for the harem, though. Okay, so we can raise, and if we do that, we can look at the top 6 cards of our deck. We can also just not play the raise and just buy the last develop. Honestly, seems fine, too. I know we're going to draw a bunch of develops next turn, and it's going to look a little bit awkward. But that's just kind of how the cards fell. And honestly, this is still fine. We develop... no, we can discard 2. That's totally fine. We just develop, grab another fortress into the deck, and this is totally fine. I do definitely want to consider getting a Torturer ourselves, because I do think Torturer is good, especially how my opponents like playing it every turn. That's pretty good as well. How did they... Oh, Forum gave them another... yeah, that was smart to tax the silver pile for sure. Okay, so develop. Let's grab a fortress, and I have to grab something else as well. Raise is fine, but I do wonder if I should just be getting estates. Game isn't like super close to ending, but raise is like not very good. All right, we'll do it. Yeah, because we can raise a fortress, and that is super good. So let's just do that. Yeah, I think I might have missed that earlier on, but you can definitely just raise a fortress, and that's just like a free border guard, effectively. It's a lanterned border guard, so I probably could have been making better use of that earlier, but we're here to make better use of it now. Yeah, raise and fortress is good. Raise and fortress is cool. Okay. Yeah, I'll be able to find my second fortress, develop both of my fortresses. So here, I think we might go ahead and gain a curse. My opponent is torturing us every single turn. It does mean that we could potentially run out the curses to have that be the victory condition. And you do gain the curse to your hand, right? Yeah, I think we can deal with a curse this turn. The only trick is when they start playing multiple torturers in the same turn. My opponent's definitely doing good work over there, too. Now being able to buy basically like a gold every turn. And, yeah, they grab the distant lands. That's fine. So let's raise. We're going to raise the Fortress to start off with. Well, sheesh, that is a lot of develops. But I guess if I Fortress, I develop a develop, grab a Fortress and a raise, and then develop the curse just to get it out of here. That might be okay. Alright. Let's get rid of a curse, and let's get rid of a develop, grabbing a Fortress and a raise. Okay, so we kind of got something figured out here, because now I'm realizing that I can raise these fortresses, so that should help me dig deeper into the deck and actually develop some of these fortresses. Maybe I should have just... well, if I start with develop fortress, then I'm out of action, so that's why I didn't do it like that. So let's raise the fortress. Definitely grabbing another fortress. Maybe I could have grabbed a raise there too, but let's play a fortress and then develop a fortress. And that gives us a 5, so we can grab a Torturer, a Distant Lands, or a Forum. And those all sound like decent options. I'm tempted to grab a Torturer. I'll probably be able to get one more card, so maybe I should grab a Torturer first, and then it gave me a silver, because I can probably buy a 5 here. Oh no, I can even buy a 6. I can buy a 6 and take on 1 debt. Well, I don't really even want to take the debt off of the harem. So maybe I do just go Distant Lands. This is the main pile that I want to run out and try to win the game with, I believe. Also buy a fortress and repay the debt, but that doesn't seem great here. I'd love to go like Forum and then tax this if I had one more, but let's just buy a Distant Lands for now. I think that's going to be good. I think that is going to be good enough. So we'll definitely start all hands by raising the fortress. I like it. I like it. We got some combos going on. My opponent grabs another Distant Land, so we do want to pay attention to that. My opponent has 4 more victory points than they're showing. That is absolutely horrible. I think we go Fortress Torturer here. Oh, that's wonderful. Let's still go Torturer. I think we'll draw well enough off of that. And now we can develop the fortress once or twice. Which I think is going to be pretty good. So my opponent discarded 2 cards, so we don't have to worry about a big turn from them this turn. The question is, are we going to play the fortress in this mix? But let's start by developing the fortress, grabbing... maybe we do want 1 Forum in the deck still. Let's just, try to grab 1 Forum. I think we want a mix of different things in the deck. Just deciding if I want to play another fortress. I would have to draw... Nah, I'd have to draw something way too good here. So let's just trash this and just grab a Distant Lands. And nothing else to do with the end of the turn here. But this turn looks cool. We've got a Forum and a Distant Lands that we'll be able to play. Oh, my opponent's going off with their 3-card hand here for sure. Alright, nothing too crazy, just a walled village or something like that. Walled village isn't super impressive. Oh, they took a fortress, which I guess... yeah, it did have 2 debt. Okay, I thought so. Okay, so let's go Forum, and now we can discard 2 cards. I think we discard our copper, play Fortress, and get the distant lands out of our hand. That looks good, and then we'll still be able to buy a Fortress since my opponent freed that up for us. Do we want to raise a silver? Actually, I think I do. Yeah, just to grab another silver here, right? Yeah, just to get the silver out of the deck. Just trashing silver because it's not super useful for our game plan. So that was pretty good, being able to play 2 distant lands on a turn. This hand, if we can find a Fortress off the raise, we can go Fortress and then develop 2 Fortresses into 2 more distant lands or something like that. But yeah, I'm hoping to end this game off of Fortresses and distant lands. If my opponent makes us discard here... Well, they're not going to. I was going to say I think we just discard the Harem, but we do not have to make that choice. So let's raise the Fortress. This is a quite a complicated kingdom. Grab a Fortress, play a Fortress. Sure. Yeah, that actually works out fine. So Fortress, grab distant lands, develop Fortress, grab distant lands, and now we can play Fortress. If we draw a silver, then we can buy a Fortress. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Oh, wow. We have not bought a victory card and allowed ourselves to trash the hovel. That is pretty silly. Oh, okay. This is a fine hand to just discard with, though. Or we could just gain the curse and trash it. Gain it and trash it immediately. I guess that's just the same. Yeah, let's just gain it. I have so much trashing, and so does my opponent too, that I really don't think the curses from the torture are something to get terribly upset about. Opponent using raise to trash raise there. I have so many of the develops, though. I think my opponent does not have nearly as many as I do, if they even have any at all. So they grab the province and some debt, but that's fine. Let's just get rid of this curse, play a distant lands, and then I believe we are done with our turn. Yeah. Fortunately, that turn was a little weak, but no matter. I think we will develop a develop here and then clean the fortress pile from my opponent. Wait, actually... Oh, am I still here? I am still here. Great. Let me turn that off. Oh, it's not even there. Weird. Okay. We have a bunch of silvers in our deck. So many more than my opponent. Feodum, for every 3 silvers you have, right? I probably have like 5 silvers, so these are only worth 1, but I could start trashing these as well. Because I just want to consider, if I buy both of the fortresses, all my opponent then has to do is play a distant lands and buy a distant lands, and they win. So I want to be a little bit mindful of that. So I do think I have to develop a develop here. Just as we're getting so close to the end of the game. So I'm going to go fortress. I'm still going to buy raises. Oh, wait. Undo. I meant to grab a feodum. Okay, yeah. Feodum, raise, and then buy a fortress. So that only gave me 1, and I drew it immediately. Okay. Okay. Do we want to gain a curse? I don't want to discard cards. Gonna be able to torture them. I also have a Feodum that I wouldn't mind trashing. Yeah, I have to gain a curse with this hand. This hand's too good to break it up. I mean, Feodum isn't exciting, and I could have just gone Fortress, Torture, but I think I'll have enough ways to trash this curse that it won't matter. My opponent grabs a Pravi. Okay. Let's start by raising a Fortress, I believe. I probably should have got this Torture out so I could see what else I wanted to do. We are going to need develops and things, so let's grab that. Let's get some additional actions. Yeah, now I need to be really careful about potentially ending the game. Because I could certainly end the game at any time, but I don't think that's good. Yeah, certainly not. Okay, yeah, maybe I've misplayed a little bit on this turn here. So if I develop the Fortress, it gives me a silver, and then like a Forum. And then what? I'm buying another Feodum. I think let's just go Fortress. I might trash the Feodum, which is going to make all future Feodums a little bit stronger. And we'll see what I hit off of this. Alright, so now I can grab a Fortress or a Develop. I am going to have two actions. I develop the Fortress, then I play the Fortress, then I develop the Curse. Okay, this is fine. Develop the Fortress. We're going to grab a... I could grab duchies here too. Okay, yeah, duchies because we're so close to the end game. Alright, then I play the Fortress. So now I've got 6. Let's, I believe, develop the Curse. The game is really close now, too. But I don't think I want to put my opponent in a position where they can end the game. I just think that that is risky. I do think I want to keep buying Feodums, though. And I don't think it matters that we take the tax off of it, because my opponent can't buy Feodums at nearly the rate that we can. You can also develop, there's so much treasure on this board, you can develop a duchy into a Feodum harem, and it's actually just, like, better than what you paid for it. It's 4, and then, like, yeah, I guess I'd buy another silver or something. Wow, okay, my opponent grabbing these provinces. I will probably buy an estate and pay off the debt. And then am I turning duchy into harem Feodum? It actually seems like a good play. Yeah, I want to get the hovel out of my deck. So we trash the duchy, get harem, Feodum, and then I'm going to buy an estate, trash the hovel, and repay the debt. Opponent significantly ahead of us right now, but this is fine. You can freely raise the... Maybe I just don't need my coins here. I don't think I want to take a curse. I could just raise the curse, play the distant lands. So the other plays raise the Feodum, grab one of the top 4 cards. Definitely going to be playing the distant lands. Or I could just gain the curse, raise it, play distant lands, buy an estate. I don't love that. Really don't love that. But these are just to buy an estate. So if I do this, I'm basically gaining the curse. Let's gain the curse. What do they have? They're buying the distant lands. So if I can play 2 distant lands in this turn... Yeah, well this is going to take like at least 1 point out of my deck, right? Yeah, it did something. Okay, but now I could go for Forum, which I think is probably the best play. We do need some fortresses in here as well. I mean, this could have been just like a nice chain if we had just drawn into it naturally. The rest, yeah, go into the discard, of course. All right, let's grab Forum and try to make some crazy stuff happen with it. So Forum, I am somewhat tempted to try to hang on to the curse, but I do think we just ditch it. Right now we've got 6, so it's enough to buy a duchy. Actually, at this point, I think we just buy Feodums. So maybe let's discard the silver anyways. Yeah, because we're just buying Feodums now. Okay, now I can raise the curse. Perfect. Play distant lands. Buy Feodum for 3. So now my Feodums are worth 3. All my opponent has to do is buy a fortress here. So, yeah. That's fair enough. That was a really good one. That was a really good one. A lot of victory points in that kingdom that definitely made that game. Oh, I was one silver off. So if I hadn't trashed that silver so many turns ago. Alright, and we will be on the play for this one. Yeah, I guess I shouldn't trash that 1 silver a long time ago. Alright, we've got a pasture, so now estates are worth 2. When you trash a card other than with this, you may trash a card from your hand. Okay, so you can really get to trashing. Enchantress makes the first action into a pig. Village is good. Farming village. Reveal cards from your deck until you reveal a treasure or an action. Not great. Shepherd. Okay, yeah, Shepherd is good. And I will probably buy Shepherd to start the game. Shepherd allows you to buy into gardens. Giant. Replay that action. Okay, trash a card from your hand. Gain a card costing exactly 1 more than it. Not sure if we'll do that. And then we've got possession on the board as well. Can't buy this if you have any coppers. That's going to be a little bit tough, but let's definitely start with Shepherd. And I'm not even sure what we're going to go with for our 3. Enchantress is like fine. Village is also fine. But I do like, Shepherd with like gardens even. There's no way to really gain them though in any capacity. So maybe we just say Enchantress and mess with my opponent a little bit. At the start of your next turn, +2 cards though. It does seem like we would want Village before we get the Shepherd. I also don't know exactly what we're going for other than Shepherd here. Maybe we're just going for Giant. So we'd want the village or the silver. I think we'll be able to get the giant the turn we play the shepherd, yeah, because we're gonna draw 2. Now we could certainly wind up not hitting off this shepherd here. My opponent goes for the silver. Yeah, I think that's also a decent play. So we just have to not draw an estate. We drew an estate, but that's fine. I think shepherds are good with each other too. You just make sure that you get rid of all of the victory points that you got. And at some point that will let you just draw a hand that is 5 copper. Maybe it's a little bit slow, but I think it also winds up being really powerful for late game engines as well. Yeah, opponent going the silver route. I'm just going to keep buying shepherds. So like this turn, yeah, we draw 2 off the first shepherd, and then the second shepherd, if we draw another one, if we draw another estate off of it, which I think we should. There's still one more estate in the remaining 3 cards of our deck. So let's village first, and then if we discard this, and now if we don't hit the estate right now, we can buy a giant. So I think that's just what we do. Yeah, seems like it'll be good. And the strength of Shepherd is it allows you the freedom to just green whenever you see it. See green, take green, because basically everything's going to turn into a +2. Even estates are worth 2 victory points, so they are really not terrible to grab. My opponent going for a gold. That should be okay. So now we can grab a second giant, and I do think that's going to be good enough. We'll grab another village when we get a chance too. I guess the bad part about Shepherd is when you hit another Shepherd, because I will probably draw another Shepherd off this and probably won't draw any victory points. So that's awkward, but maybe we can find one. Oh, we did actually draw some victory points. Okay, cool. Might as well just loot through our whole deck. Our whole deck's victory points at this point, but now we can giant twice. So that's kind of cool. And yeah, like now I think we just are free to buy a province. We gave my opponent a curse and bought a province in the same turn. And a lot of our turns are going to wind up being pretty similar to that turn. I would like to sort in another buy. Like maybe I should have just gotten a grand market that turn, actually. Just play 2 grand markets or play 2 giants and buy a grand market. So we'll consider that if it comes back around to us here again. But like I said, like I think we've engined. I think that all of our turns can basically do that same thing, because we just draw so many of our cards. Unfortunately, we didn't get there this time. But with 6, what do we want? Well, we can't buy a grand market. We could purchase a gold. Yeah, we really should have purchased a grand market on that last go through. That would have been really good for us. I have to play both giants. Let's just buy a gold. That might allow us to buy the grand market, which I do think is going to come in handy here. We'll probably be able to buy a province this turn and maybe be able to buy the grand market. Enchantress is fine because we just pig through the first shepherd, and that winds up being totally non-consequential. Alright, so now I can play both giants and then just buy a grand market. So that is great. And now our deck should be a little bit stronger for that. And this is a miss turn, so I could either buy a gardens or... Oh wow, my opponent grabbed a possession. That's a little bit spooky. Could either buy a gardens or a shepherd here. think I'll just buy gardens. Let's see how much that gives us. Yeah, it gives us 2 already. So, I like that. If I had additional buys, I would have bought 2 estates rather than 2 gardens, but... Opponent for 5 grabs an upgrade. Village. Oh, we totally miss on this turn. Okay, that's fine. I guess we do just buy another village. That seems fine. I'm like hesitant to expedition and just get possessed. Though I guess we're not getting possessed right now, right? Alright, let's take a big turn then. This seems good. We'll be able to play both giants, play a bunch of stuff. We might even just be able to buy like 2 provinces here. Opponent with 8 and 2 buys. So let's see, will they go for a Pravi or will they go for... Yeah, I mean, I think you have to go for a Pravi here, especially, like I said, with this kingdom. It just looks so good. Let's Grand Market first, then Shepherd, and we are discarding the pasture every single time to that. Wow, okay, we got pretty unlucky here. We will be able to giant with multiple buys, so it's not the worst thing in the world. And then I guess we just go... Yeah, now I'm afraid of possession, so now I think I will just go province, village. And that is fine for me. Definitely fell off a little bit with that one. All right, opponent grabbing a royal carriage. And we will just grab a gardens, which is giving us 2 currently. This turn isn't that great either. We do... Maybe I should buy another possession. Well... Luckily for me, and unluckily for my opponent, this hand is not good. Yeah, this is like the worst possible hand that you could possess. So, that's feeling pretty good. Because, yeah, there's absolutely nothing that my opponent can do here. But they could buy a copper if they wanted to. They could actually... No, because it just goes to them. So there's absolutely nothing that they can do. They can't play any of those actions. They can't buy any cards. So that feels pretty fantastic. We do miss on our Shepherd here. But with 2 buys, is there anything that we want to do? Well, I think we would like to sneak in an estate. I do keep drawing the cards at an awkward time, but I don't think that that is a fault of the strategy. So the question is, do I want more shepherds or do I want more estates? I think I do want a little bit of both. 5, yeah. I don't know if I want another giant, though. I think I just go estate, shepherd. And I think that's fine. This turn will just be... actually, I think this turn will buy an expedition. Depending on how deep my opponent gets into their deck. So they're going to draw 2 cards that could be the possession. I think that that's worth it. Like, I'm paying attention to when my opponent reshuffles their deck. And they did just reshuffle, but 2 of those cards, only 2 of those can be a possession. So it's pretty unlikely that they will have it. They could still have it now. Upgrade into a possession. Okay, they don't have it. Perfect. Great timing by us, and then next turn we will hope to have a really small turn, and we will even try to giant their possession away. Actually, we cannot trash a possession because it costs a potion, so that will not be in the cards, but I'm thinking, why couldn't I possess a turn like this? Well, that's because I'm not going to let you. So yeah, here we're just... Okay, yeah. I'm just checking on everything, but yeah, now here there's nothing to... there's nothing to be gained. So I could go Grand Market Estate. I could also just grab 2 provinces, and I think that's what I'll do. Now, my opponent could possess me back this turn and grab 2 provinces themselves, but that will not allow them to win the game. And if they do not, I could still find it here. No. Okay. So I think they're just short, right? No, because they replayed the Grand Market. So it's a really tricky spot for my opponent here, yeah, because they can't really buy a province, so they're going to go for a Gardens and a Duchy. But we should be able to buy 2 provinces on this turn. We just have to draw our whole deck. Should be pretty elementary. And now we play both giants. And then we play this, and we're just short. We are just short. But with 2 buys, I think we're feeling pretty good here. I think we buy province and probably a Gardens. Gardens was only worth 2, Duchy was worth 3, but Gardens will be good here. My opponent did not draw the possession in this entire go through here, so that is pretty unfortunate for them. And we're gonna get 7. Oh, I should have bought an expedition. I definitely should have bought an expedition. Well, I won't be doing that now. Let's just buy another Gardens. I basically want to buy the expedition right after it rolls around. Definitely giving my opponent way too much time to get back into this game at this point. If they just have a good turn that's also a possession turn, that could be good. I forgot I was even cursing my opponent throughout all of this stuff too, but we should be able to end it right now with a draw 8. That is quite fantastic. And then an additional draw 8 on top of that. Yes, play the giants and then buy a Pravi Duchy. Very good. Okay. So that was a pretty commanding game there, 61-29. So that was a good one. My opponent will be on the play here for game 3, and we've got a different heirloom every single game. When you play this, gain a curse. Okay, that's pretty cool. It means that if we run out the curses, it no longer matters. Invest is really fun. You can invest in the curses? Oh, no. You have to exile an action from the supply, but that would be so funny. Okay, so Lighthouse does prevent attacks from hitting you. Next turn, we're going to have access to 6. So I could use that access to 6 to gain a gold. Is there any way to trash? Camel Train trashes, right? Oh, no, it does not. It's not a non-victory card from the supply. When you gain this, exile a gold. Well, I'm pretty tempted to Camel Train this turn, so that way I can buy 2 golds on my next turn. Mining Village, Market Square is also a combo because you trash Mining Village, triggering your Market Square. Interesting. Trash 2 cards from your hand if you did good. So this is going to be the way to get rid of curses in the late game potentially, but it's tough for me to not just go Camel Train into a second gold on the first turn. Oh, sure. My opponent said take 5. I think that means they need a break. and Lighthouse only costs 2. Lighthouse is a 2 costy. Trading post is the other way to trash in this. Village. I do think we're going to want some mining villages regardless. And we're probably going to want some market squares regardless. Just because mining village is how we generate additional actions. I don't even think mining village would be a bad investment. Might be a pretty good investment, is what I mean. Probably not making use of treasure map again this game. I mean, I think I'm locked into that plan for the first turn. That just seems so sweet. I'll have a curse in my deck, but I will also have two golds. And that'll let me get these witches easily. My opponent will probably have a curse in their deck as well. Like, the cursed gold, I think, is definitely worth using. It's like a... I think it's called delay, but there is an event. Costs 0, gives you 2 gold for the turn, but you gain a curse as well. And yeah, I think that it's... I think that that's just as good. So, another good, yeah, I mean, Mining Village Witch is definitely like the first part of the kingdom. Once I have 2 golds in my deck, it's going to feel pretty smart, and effectively 3 golds in the deck, it's going to feel pretty good to be buying the witches. We do want to make sure that we're cursing our opponent more than we're taking the curses, though. I could certainly see, especially in the early game, wanting to get the trading post, but we'll definitely get the witch first. Priority order is probably get the witch. Honestly, yeah, I don't even know if we'll have time to invest. Because once I get a mining village, then I'm gonna, like, be willing to grab another witch. But maybe we could invest in the mining villages. I do think it's the best investment on the board. But yeah, 1-1 against Staith here. So we're doing some good things. We're making some good things happen. And if we can go 4-2, I think we're looking pretty good about our prospects for winning the league overall. I'm currently 1-2 against Toth, who is right behind me on the leaderboard. So even if I go like even against both of them, that'll keep me winning the league. But if I do particularly well against Staith, then I can even afford to drop some more games against Toth, which would be nice to have that comfort, have that flexibility. I do not really want to buy followers, and I don't know how to ban you. I can report you for spam. Don't actually know how to... I guess I could block you. Yeah, but I don't know how to do anything else. So they also went for the camel train. Yeah, same play. same play as us. Camel train into purchasing a gold. So the only, like, the big hope that I have wasn't that Staith didn't see that. It was that Staith drew his cursed gold earlier, or drew like 4, then 3. Something like that would have made this play impossible, but we both drew 3 and then 6, which makes this pretty good on this kingdom. Oh, so interestingly, they are not going for... Oh, maybe they didn't. Maybe they did have the cursed gold in the opening hand, but they're going to try to grab the gold from Camel Train off of Market Square. But that's fine. I'll take a curse to grab 2 golds. That seems like a deal to me. And now this turn, I will just grab 2 mining villages. Yeah. And just make the Camel Train chug along here. So my opponent's going to go for a little bit bigger of a bounty. Does it say you may? So let's grab 2 mining villages, and that's great. I might consider investing on a turn like this. Like, that past turn, I basically had to do what I did because I had the Camel Train there as well. Oh, they're just going all in golds here for the Camel Train. Yeah, they're gonna have a really big. They're gonna have a really big Camel Train. That's really interesting. So they have 3 gold in exile. So when they eventually do pick that up, it will be even bigger. Let's invest in the mining village. Great. Okay. So now I can pick up a witch without having to use my curse gold. Without having to use my cursed gold. Yeah, and maybe they'll be able to buy that gold pretty easily, pretty quickly, because of the cursed gold, you know? So yeah, maybe this is not a bad play from my opponent here. My only question is, do I want to consider this trading post before I grab the witch? But I do think I want to grab the witch first, and my opponent grabs a mining village, so my investment is already paying dividends. Wow. Okay. Fortunately, I only have 1 buy at a time like this. I think we just want to buy a witch. I can certainly see wanting to get the Market Square in there. I'll also probably try to get the Lighthouse in there or something. We discard a card for +1 action, we discard a card for +1 buy. Actually, maybe I'll just grab a Hamlet here. Yeah, if we have like these dead cards, maybe that's fine. Is that better than Lighthouse? My opponent hasn't purchased a witch yet. Alright, let's grab a Hamlet because they have not purchased a witch. Mining village, if we can grab maybe, like we can Camel Train Market Square and then purchase a Market Square, that could be a really good turn for us right now. Could also see what we draw. We could potentially grab like 2 witches or something like that. They grabbed another mining village, actually. Wow, okay, so this turn became insane for us. We definitely don't need to trash mining village ever. Yeah, this is fine. So we could get an additional buy now if we discard a copper. We're definitely going to discard... So discard a card for an action. Yes. Oh, wait. Oh, I already have +2 actions. Oh, but I've got this witch. Okay. Yeah, so let's grab another action, and let's grab another buy as well. So let's start with a witch. Okay, we didn't hit, but this is fine. And we've got 2 buys. So 2 buys plus 5, 11. 11, 11, 11. This seems like 11 is 5 plus 6. So it seems like we could potentially just grab 2 more golds, 1 more witch. The other way to make 11 is market squares. We grab 2 more market squares and a province. No. Let's grab a gold, exile, autoplay, gold, discard, witch. Alright, I think this is going to be quite powerful. And we will just grab a market square or a hamlet here, depending on what my opponent does. I might want to make another investment as well, actually, but I'm feeling okay. And this is just whenever a player gains or invests in a copy. So, oh, that's right. I already talked through that. I cannot invest into... oh, my opponent invested into Mining Village, which also draws me 2 cards. So that's pretty funny. Yeah, we don't want to trash this. The question is just, do we want to gain a curse to gain a trading post? I don't think so. I think we just buy a hamlet here. My opponent still hasn't bought a witch, so I still don't need the lighthouse. As far as I am concerned, I think I will discard the camel train just to float an additional action through, so that way I'm not actionless at the end of my witch. Because it just feels so bad to discard. Oh, well, now I just discard 2 coppers. Okay. Discard for action, a copper. Discard for buy. We want to discard another copper. And even if we just play 2 witches here, I'm still feeling great about that. Yeah, so we can just play 2 witches. We have 2 buys, and we've got 14. So 14 is enough to go, say, Province Witch. It is enough to go Province Gold as well. That seems really strong. Yeah, Province Gold. Honestly, Puka seems really strong as well, but I just don't have enough buys to make use of all of my money here. So I could go like Province Puka, but then I really start needing additional actions, like such as from the Mining Village. Could also just buy the Mining Village now, because then I get 2 Mining Villages, and my opponent no longer even has an investment in here. So maybe that is good to just grab it before my opponent strands me with 1 as my investment. Alright, let's grab that. Grab the last one as well. So now we're going to have a bunch of actions, and since we are somewhat approaching the end game here, we can... Okay, my opponent just got their bounty. They got all 5 of their golds, trashing a Mining Village, discarding their market square. They only had the 1 market square, but they've got a bunch of Mining Villages to make that work, as we know, because we invested in Mining Villages. We're probably just cycling through these hamlets, but we'll at least discard this estate because we don't need that. So let's discard for action. Actually, let's discard for buy because we have so much cash here already. Do we need to discard anything for action or buy? I don't think so. I think we just play Mining Village. I can trash Mining Village. I don't think that's useful. We currently have 7 and 2 buys, so I'm thinking like Hamlet Puka. Yeah, this seems good. This seems good. The next goal is to give our opponent all of the curses. They've got a ton of golds at this point, so definitely a little bit scary. As long as I don't play a lighthouse here, perfect, just a camel train. I can't... Yeah, they're going for witches now. I was thinking... Oh, okay. They got the witch. They got the witch. They used their curse gold to grab a witch. Well, hopefully we can just give them all of the curses, so that way it doesn't matter that they have finally purchased a witch here. And hopefully, yeah, they're just like not able to come back from all this. I think this turn's going to be a pretty straightforward, just like camel train market square and then gold and purchase the market square and take 2 of them. think that that is going to be totally fine. My opponent going for trading post. What will they invest in? Will they make the correct investment? Okay. They invested in trading posts. I'm going to just ignore that. One of the other things that's interesting with invest is you can use it just basically like I've been doing on half of these turns to effectively just gain additional copies of whatever. So yeah, that's definitely a way to make use of it. I don't think I have anything else that I really even... Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to camel train like a market square or a hamlet or something here. Because I have to think about like what am I even potentially going to want to buy at this point in the game. It's basically just going to be provinces, but I can also end the game by getting rid of these market squares and hamlets. So I guess let's just run the piles out. And unfortunately, not doing anything. Oh, all I have to do is run out the market squares because the curses are going to be gone in about a second. Yeah, the curses are gone. So now all I have to do is run out the market squares. Hamlet's good with cursed gold. Though cursed gold is almost online with no drawback. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 10. 13. I won't have enough buys, though. But are we even going to get through the deck again? 13. This only costs 12, which means all I need to do is find additional buys right now. I'm not going to get there, though. I will have to trash one of these mining villages if my plan is just buy a province. Let's trash the second one. Okay, now I hit Witch, which means now I can just play Cursed Gold. I think we can get away with trashing one of these here. Let's go Witch first. So now there's no more curses. Yeah, I'm not going to get enough buys. I only have 3 buys. I can't run out the market squares. Do I want to trash this as well? Yeah, I mean, I might as well. Let's go Hamlet. Let's discard for a buy, discarding a copper. Let's play this. Oh, wow, now I actually do have enough buys. Oh, hold on. Okay. So discard for buy. Do I have enough here? This is just 12, right? Sure. Nice. Cool. Okay, we found it. I saw that it was there, but I really didn't think that was going to be possible on that turn. But we were indeed able to run out the game while my opponent was stuck on the camel train. So now we are 2-1, winning both of the games that we've gone second. So some first player advantage, huh? Baths, I believe, rewards you for picking up victory points. Oh, it rewards you for not gaining anything. Okay. So it rewards you for Overlord. Interesting. Wishing well. Well, this is pretty good in the early game for sure. And it's pretty good for me because I'm no Lux Giving. Once per turn, turn your journey token over. Then if it's face up, choose up to 3 differently named cards you have been playing, gain a copy of each. Okay. So this is some setup, but it can do some crazy stuff. Harvest is not super great. It's a terminal action. Reveal a card from your hand for each type it has. Choose one. Okay, so that's really only going to be able to gain like 3 if we do it on the followers. Tournament is probably what we're going to just be going for. Bridge is also really good. There is some trashing, but not an incredible amount. I think we just grab a Wishing Well. Wishing Well's really good at the start of the game anyways. You just name Copper, and if you hit, it's as good as Tournament. My opponent with a Witch to start the game off. That is pretty nasty. It's ill-gotten gains. Make any copper to your hand. When you gain this, each other player gains a curse. Okay. We're going to go for the tournament strategy. And just kind of playing this game pretty straightforward to start off here. Wishing Wells and tournaments. My opponent's skipping their turn. Oh, because they had a 2-5. Oh, cute, cute, cute. Okay, let's grab another Wishing Well. You do. My opponent's skipping their turn again. That is crazy. Alright, we are just going to go for... Oh, that's right. I've got access to 5 now. So I probably want to grab a Witch so that I can start playing the same game my opponent is here. I don't believe there are any ways to generate additional actions in this kingdom. Alright, so... yeah, we play Wishing Well twice. We're going to name Copper, and even if we're wrong, we'll be able to wish for it the second time. Okay, so we saw a Witch. Oh, okay, that's how that works. We draw the card anyways, so we'll just name Copper again. We found it. So we're actually going to have a really big turn here because we have access to 7. Now it's 7 with 1 buy. I'm tempted to either go... yeah, I just want to take another look. Yeah, that's how we get the buys. So I do like Bridge. I would have picked up a Duchy here had I been able to. Since because I missed on that first Wishing Well. I do like the gold. We're going to have to start really paying attention to what's left in our deck now as well, which is a little bit annoying. So I either want the gold or I want Overlord, which I can just pay for. I think I will take Overlord. Yeah. Because I can just pay for so much of it here. Okay. My opponent and I both have 1 curse, and my opponent with 4 is going to purchase a remodel. Let's repay our debt and then probably not buy anything and take the baths, I suppose, because we kind of missed here. Only other option would be to buy another Overlord, and that way we're not buying anything again next turn, which is kind of fine too. Either way, we're like not buying anything next turn. I think this is fine. Yeah, early Overlords. It's just more efficient usage of our gold. So that's like the main reason to go for it. And we'll just be paying off our debt here. We could be remodeling our estate into a tournament. That actually seems like a really good use of our Overlord. My opponent did nothing on their bridge turn, just buying up all of the baths. Let's definitely name Copper. That is our... oh, there's only 2 cards left in our deck. Alright, I had 2 estates on the last turn. Copper tournament. Yeah, it's Copper. It's Copper. Alrighty. It was a Wishing Well. Okay, that's fine. Oh, I guess I did go through my deck already once. Okay, so I think we... oh, but if I Overlord the remodel, that won't count for baths. So that's a little bit annoying. But I do think that has to be the play here. Let's remodel, trashing this, grabbing a tournament, and then pay off 3 of my debt. So my opponent has a lot of victory points off the baths, but I don't think that that is going to serve him well as this game progresses here. I found a copper, and let's witch, and then I can repay my debt. And now on this turn, I think I don't buy anything. I think I just take 2 victory points from the baths finally, and we made good use of our baths turn, better than our opponent, I believe. All right, and my opponent wants the last 2 victory points from baths, but I think I've just gained like significantly more tempo than them over the course of the game. So go buy 2 wishing wells if I overlord and get bridge. See, could also overlord, get bridge. Oh, it also gives me 1 buy, so I'll have 5 and 2 buys. That would allow me to get 2 more tournaments as well, right? No, it wouldn't. It would allow me to get tournament wishing well, which is fine. I kind of want to get rid of this curse while I have it. The problem is, like, I turn it into an estate, so it's not even, like, the best use. Maybe I could get... No, I can't get tournament bridge. I'll just grab tournament wishing well, I suppose. Bridge. Tournament wishing well. That's fine. These cards are good and do generate value and will allow me to get a province, at which point I will be in a really good spot. All right, now they are going for the overlords now that all of the baths are gone. Just running through copper. We found it, so that's great. Yeah, can't quite get there this turn. We're going to get to 6. So have to decide how to use 6 with 1 buy. Maybe we do add a gold to our deck at this point. We could also take a big chunk out of an overlord. But I need to get a province like as soon as possible. I don't even know if we have any more coppers in the deck. I'll just say it because I really don't feel like trying to figure out what is left in the deck. Okay, tournament. I do think we have 1 more wishing well. Overlord. Okay. So tournament. Okay, we had another estate as well. So same turn as basically a few turns ago. I can overlord into a bridge and grab more tournaments. I do think those are going to be good. Oh, but I can remodel this turn. Yeah, let's remodel this into a tournament and then buy a tournament. Yeah, that's a better way to go about it. I might have actually considered a pilgrimage on that turn there. That, I think, might have been a mistake. We're going to have 6 right now. So if we can just find like a few more tournaments and things like that. No, we're done at 7. Alrighty. So I can go Overlord. That's pretty good. That's pretty coin efficient. I would have loved to just grab this 1 freaking province. Yeah, let's grab Overlord and pay for the debt. Yeah, that is annoying. We will have to use Overlord probably just as a tournament because we have the Witch. We want it to be a non-terminal action, and then the Witch will be our terminal action. We do kind of have to watch, like, Tournament and Curse are gone, so this game could be over somewhat soon. Let's name Copper. And I revealed a Wishing Well, so that's fine. Let's draw the Wishing Well and name Copper. We found a tournament. That's fine. Let's name copper. And we found it. Tournament. Okay, and now I think we tournament again here. We do have the debt that we have to repay, so that's not going to be super great for us. But we definitely want to play this witch. So let's just grab... Wait, Overlord can... I didn't even realize Overlord could play witches. I'm sorry, y'all. Wow. Okay, so I might have been missing out on a bunch of stuff here. But let's play this, revealing the witch, gaining an action and a gold. I did not realize nearly how many options I've had on any given turn here. So apologies, but Overlord can actually play everything in this kingdom. So I'm going to need to start paying a little bit more attention to what is going on. Doing a fine job cursing our opponent. They've got 3 curses. We've got... Actually, I believe we've got 5. So they have definitely cursed us more than we have them, which is annoying. Let's just start by running out the tournaments. Okay, so I can Overlord on this, revealing this just to get an action through. I only have the 1 gold, but I could use like this for 3 coins, that for a buy. Yeah, we can use this to grab our first province regardless here. So let's just do that. Let's just guarantee ourselves a province. Action, coins. Perfect. Okay, so we have a province. Oh, I forgot about the tournament cash. Undo. Yeah, we want to do... action buy, I believe. That's not even going to be super useful. Let's action gain a gold, because all we have to do is hit 1 off of this. Alright, we were greedy. That was silly. Oh well. Yeah, I don't know what the idea was on that one, but... Okay, so this is something we should be doing just on a turn where we just have 4. But because the setup turn really doesn't matter. My opponent's just going to be paying off their debt here. So this is fine. Grabbing the tournaments. We do need to grab a province like ASAP, like yesterday. And this is not enough for a province yet again. Wow. By the ill-gotten gains just to give them the last curse. I don't love that. Let's just buy another gold. I don't know what we're doing on this one. I've definitely messed up here, but... Yeah, I thought Overlord was 4 or less. All my opponent can do, though, here is repay their debt. We are going to be able to grab a province. Let's just start naming tournament. It was a copper. The one time I don't name copper. Tournament. Overlord. Okay, that's fine. So now we Overlord, and we already have 7, so... Now I kind of want to bridge. We do just need the province, though. So let's just Overlord, Tournament, and then we play Wishing Well, and we'll name Witch, because that's what we want to draw. And we revealed a curse, kind of the same thing, but different. And let's just buy our first province. Oy vey! Alright, my opponent gives us the last curse. Yeah, I guess we could have just done that too. That might have just been a better use of all of our time. My opponent's been using these Overlords a lot better than we have, and they've got the baths as well. But look at this, we're actually still like on an even footing with our opponent because we've bought these provinces, and maybe now if we are able to use these tournaments to good effect, we'll be able to do some good stuff here. So probably going for the Courtier, which does not generate actions, but does let us do a little something here. The Witch is actually no good at this point, which is something interesting to consider. Let's take one last look, seeing if there's any way to generate actions. Don't believe there is. So we go Courtier. Yeah, let's just try to grab another province. Name the Witch. Let's go action coins. Courtier, reveal the Witch, action coins, and then play the Witch, and we just have to hit 1 copper. We found it. So now we've got 3 provinces. We should be able to turn off their tournaments, and hopefully we'll be able to start getting some prizes for ourselves. And one of these, yeah, I imagine has to give some additional actions, and that is the Trusty Steed. So we'll probably just be grabbing that and using it for 2 cards, 2 actions. The Curse is no longer useful, and the Princess is obviously really good. When you play this +1 per unused action you have. No, that's not good at all. My opponent remodeling their curses, but yeah, we have like all the provinces here, so no way my opponent beats a tournament before us. So we should be able to get the Trusty Steed, which will eventually allow us to do something. But yeah, this game's been a little bit of a mess for sure. So let's go tournament. Let's go tournament. Come on, baby. Let's go tournament. Come on, baby. Let's go tournament. We totally missed, but we'll buy another province and keep that going. And there is both of our provinces. Okay. I think I'm just going to use Wishing Well for tournaments at this point. That's like... Actually, I think I use it for Overlords, and I think I'm pretty likely to hit an Overlord over a tournament here. So let's do this. Say Overlord. And I revealed a gold, so that's fine. Even copper would be good here, but we really just want to hit... you know what? No, let's say copper. Let's say copper. Perfect. Fished my wish, baby. I was a little bit slow on the Wishing Wells at the start of the game, but now the Wishing Wells are doing just fine. So now I almost want a Wishing Well for like a province, as silly as that is, but we're like close to being able to run the game out here as well. Opponent with a rebuild on the province, that's pretty good, but or a rebuild on an estate. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good right now. And we are already able to purchase a province. So the only way we mix that up is if we hit the province. No, revealed a Witch. Okay, that's totally fine. So Overlord for bridge, and then just buy another province. If we just buy all the provinces, that's going to be tough for my opponent to figure out what's going on here. We can Overlord for tournament here and finally win our first tournament. Probably grabbing Trusty Steed because we have so many bad cards in our hand that we kind of just need to yeah, just grab that. So let's Overlord for tournament, revealing a province. My opponent doesn't have any provinces. Well, that's right, you can always just grab a duchy here too. But I think we will just go for Trusty Steed, and cards and actions is looking pretty good. So let's do cards and actions. We did have to discard our province to play that. Let's start with the Witch then. Start with tournament. Let's play another tournament. Let's play another tournament. So we already have enough to grab a province here. What happens if we bridge? Then we have 5, 8, 11. Yeah, I mean, we definitely just want to... I think we just want to bridge and then buy Duchy Province. This is going to make the game super unreachable for my opponent here
44 to 12. They spent so much time just using the baths early on in this game. We will be able to tournament. I think I'm going to hold on to it for a second and see what we wishing well, because I don't know what prize we want to take. And I think there's a pretty decent chance that we just want to take the princess. But let's try to get some more information first. Okay, yeah, now we can grab princess. Let's just say copper. It's fine. Now let's tournament. Let's reveal the province. Let's grab the princess and then play that. Everything costs 2 less, and we have an additional buy. So let's do that. And 51 to 16. There we go. We found it. Definitely a sloppy start to start that game off. But yeah, there we go. So this is going to be game 5 here against Staith, and we are, I believe now we're 3-1. But let's not concern ourselves with that. Way of the Monkey lets us turn all of our actions into buy. Pouch also gives us a buy. And we've got a 5-2 split with a Chapel and a Swamp Hag. My opponent grabbing a Taxman. Where is that? That's right here. Trash a treasure from your hand. I don't know any of these cards. I'm definitely just going to be taking a Chapel, though, to start off. The question is, are we going like Livery? Are we going Mastermind? Livery Mastermind does seem pretty good. Laboratory is also obviously great. Gatekeeper is great. Delve. +1 buy. Gain a silver. Let's not waste any more time here. Let's just buy a Chapel. And that honestly, a 5-2 split with this kingdom might just be enough to win the game off the start. I will consider Laboratory as like a setup card, but I think Livery is just so good, and we can burn through the horses to make the Chapel better as well to start the game off here. The question is, are we trashing the Pouch? And I don't think so. I think the Pouch is going to be pretty good for us here. So I don't think we want to toss the Pouch. We're also going to completely blank our opponent's Chariot Race because our deck is just going to be so much more tight than theirs. We do always have the Way of the Monkey as a way to generate additional buys. We're going to be playing Mastermind. Livery, Laboratory. I think we trash the Pouch. Especially because we have Way of the Monkey at the ready. I just don't think that there's going to be enough of a use for it. So we Livery, and that's going to be totally fine. We're going to be able to grab, I believe we just grab a Mastermind now, because Mastermind Livery will be an incredible combo. It could also be Laboratory, though, this early in the game. No, let's grab Mastermind. I think we're just going to have a fine enough time figuring all of this out. So you grab the Earth's Gift, which is going to let them grab, like, another just mediocre card. But I think we just got super lucky with this 5-2 here. And this is going to just be pretty wonderful for us. So let's Chapel and let's trash everything. And now next turn we'll draw Mastermind and Livery. And should be pretty tough to stop us from there. So we'll go. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is. So you can't use Mastermind every turn. So that is going to slow us down a little bit. That's fine. We do have to. We do have to find some other ways to make some stuff happen here then. So if we play Livery 3 times, then we use Chapel probably just to trash the rest of the stuff. Yeah. We're going to be able to make 7. So we'll buy probably just Laboratory and Tracker, because we're going to use the last livery to Monkey. Okay. Yeah, I was just thinking if I wanted to buy another copper, because I'm going to be able to draw this copper next turn. Oh, this makes me discard my copper, doesn't it? Oh, each player with 5 or more cards in hand. I don't have 5 or more cards in hand, so they cannot get me. Oh, that is so funny. Okay. That is really funny. That is really, really funny. So we're going to go livery, and I will actually be able to play it. Oh, wait. No. That's right. Yeah, because I'm using the chapel. I forgot. I wanted to monkey it the last time. Just slipped there, but we'll see. Maybe my opponent is less inclined to do undos now. Alright, so if we don't undo this, then we grab another Mastermind and Delivery. And that way we should be able to basically, like, Mastermind every turn. Yeah, so I don't exactly know what the plan is, but we just want to play liveries a whole bunch of times, and eventually get to a point where we're playing just like 10 liveries in a turn. So let's monkey this. Chapel. Get rid of this stuff, and now we'll grab 2 horses off of this, and I think I just wanted to go... I think Tracker's fine, so I guess we go Mastermind Tracker. And the way that we actually get ahead with something too, because this turn we can't actually do anything. We can horse, we can boon. So we do actually really have to start... We do have to get a laboratory, as soon as possible. So let's just Mastermind. I could have even played a horse, but to ensure that I had the livery in the opening hand here. But I think this is fine. We'll just livery, and then we'll grab a... Yeah, okay. So let's play this. And now this time we do actually just want to play this. I think we do just want to play it 3 times. Actually, no. Because we're not even really going to be... we'll get more horses that way. Yeah, we're just going to play Mastermind and then buy a laboratory. And that's how we'll start to generate additional actions. Fortunately, this hand doesn't really have a good Mastermind. Start of your next turn. Is Mastermind a thing? Seems funny. this work? I'm gonna ask the rules help. Okay, if it doesn't work, then this may be the rules server. All right, it looks like it does. So we will we'll try it out here. I only have one action remaining. So let's play a horse. We do want to like get these horses out of our deck because they're a little bit awkward. Let's play Laboratory because I don't remember the last card I have. And then we can Livery. We can start Chariot Racing for points as well. Actually, Chariot Race sounds really good. Okay. Okay. Great. So looks like we're going to be able to copy 3 of these actions. We'll be able to get a bunch of we'll be able to draw our whole deck with Laboratory. And then we'll be able to play a bunch of liveries and a bunch of chariot races. I'll probably only be labbing once and then monkeying twice with the Laboratory. Alright, so the first Mastermind trigger, let's Mastermind... It's just Mastermind Laboratory. We missed. That's fine. So then let's monkey, Mastermind the tracker. That's fine. Let's play it again. +1 card at the end of this turn, sure. +1 action, +1 gold. Okay, and now let's Mastermind Livery. And we're going to have a bunch of buys. And I think we're just playing this full send. Alright, so now 3 buys. Right. We can play this. We'll get a chariot race, which we can't do anything with, but we will get a silver. So we might as well play this to grab the silver. Oh, and then we might as well use these actions as well. Okay. So now we have 20 with 6 buys. So now we could be doing something like 2 Masterminds, 2 liveries. I don't see how we'd get the chariot races in there necessarily. But we could buy 3 chariot races, 2 Masterminds. I don't understand. Oh, this allows me to top deck cards. Sure. And we're not going to top deck it. We're just going to continue. And then... Oh, do I want to top deck these horses? Oh, I actually do. Okay, livery, top deck the horse, continue, Mastermind, livery, top deck the horse, livery, top deck the horse, livery, top deck the horse, continue, and buys. Okay, we did some craziness here. Yeah, so horse will just allow us to draw through our entire deck. Chariot race will allow us to start to gain some stuff. Let's see what they have. Yeah, they've got a tracker, so we're going to win every chariot race here now. And start to really gain some victory points with that. We do then... Yeah, so there's no way for us to generate actions is the awkward part on a pre-Mastermind turn. But that's fine. Let's play Mastermind, and then I think we just buy another chariot race. These seem actually pretty good. What does Delve do? No. Delve is no good. Okay, another chariot race. Cool. And we've gained 2 victory points. My opponent has 15 victory points. They've actually been buying some provinces. So we do have to watch out for that. But I think this is going to be good for us here. We'll be able to set up a bunch of masterminds into the next turn. And we're going to be masterminding a chariot race here. So yeah. This is this was quite the setup. But I definitely think we figured something out on this kingdom. 5-2 start. 5-2 start. And maybe there are other people that could make better use of a 5-2 start. Swamp Hag is really annoying. But let's start with a chariot race here. They revealed a gold. So they're going to totally block my chariot races. That's fine. We're just using it to grab actions and grab some other cards here. So let's horse and chariot race through the rest of my deck. Just to draw it all. Okay, so we've drawn the whole deck. And I think we will just play out the Masterminds and the Livery. I maybe should have gotten rid of some of these horses, but if we lead with one of the Masterminds on a horse, that's actually fine. So let's do this, and as long as my opponent doesn't have a gold on the top of their deck here now, we should be able to grab a bunch of victory points. Alright, and they do Mastermind as a setup, and they've got 7, so no province, but like I said, as long as they don't have a gold... Maybe we need to get a province into our deck just for the chariot race. So they revealed a silver. So we should be able to beat this at some point. All right, let's just try it. We did not beat it. Let's try to beat a silver. All right, we beat it once there. Yeah, I guess it's just random. We'll beat it sometimes. We won't beat it other times. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so we got like 3 victory points on that run through our deck there. Probably want more chariot races. I probably do want to pick up a province. So yeah, we will try to pick up a province right now too. Let's play Tracker first. We have so many actions. Okay, these are no longer doing anything. Now let's do Livery and silver. Oh, okay, I messed up a little bit. I didn't give myself an additional buy. Oh, I forgot I can just monkey everything. Yeah, so these can all just turn into monkeys and additional buys. Sorry, yeah, I shouldn't play the silver. Right, okay, yeah, because all of these can turn into monkeys. Totally forgot about that as the end game here. Okay, now we autoplay the treasures. So now I think we do like... This is 8, that leaves us with 10. Okay, and now we're going to be guaranteed to draw our horses. With 10 left, I could buy the last chariot races. Wouldn't hate purchasing a gold. There's just like no good 4 in this kingdom, which is the awkward part. Oh, I think I just top decked my livery, but that's fine. Oh no, this is livery. Do I want livery? Yeah, that's fine. And let's grab a mastermind too. Alright, top decking everything here. Okay, so now next turn I'm drawing, yeah, livery, mastermind. I can mastermind the horse, which will set me up next turn for playing a bunch of masterminds. Should be able to draw through my deck here. This is quite the kingdom. Okay, so mastermind, yeah, we're going for the horse, and we're just going to be playing through all of the horses. Have a bunch of actions. Let's draw more cards first. I think we can actually just start by playing the chariot races now. I actually won that with the province. And they've got a chariot race, so we'll win any future chariot races. Let's definitely burn through those. Great. Just winning some of these, but that's all we need. Okay, and now I probably just play like all 3 masterminds and a livery. Yeah, okay, great. Mastermind, 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 livery, and let's buy another province. Okay. I think we've done it. I think we've done it now. And we've got 3 masterminds here, so the first one's going to be chariot race. We'll be able to set up a bunch of masterminds for the future. All right, chariot race. Oh, we've got a swamp hag coming. Okay. So we're just using this to gain actions here then. We could even just throw like a mastermind and a livery, because we know that... I mean, it is good to gain actions. Let's do one more on a chariot race. That might have been a mistake. But this is fine. Yeah, we're definitely going to play livery this time. The extra actions are useful, though. So we can make it work. Let's draw everything else in our deck. +1 buy, that's fine. Alright, yeah, let's just draw through the deck. Chariot race, so that gives us the whole deck. Now we can play these things straight up. And now we monkey these. And now I think we buy, and even if we get cursed like on our last turn, that's going to be fine. I think we get province. Let's turn everything into horses. Yeah, top deck all of these horses. Yeah, we want to top deck the horses. We don't want to top deck the province. We buy another province, do the same thing. We always want to top deck horses, but we don't want to top deck the province every time. And then duchy is our last card. So we've got 15 horses on top of the deck. We'll definitely be able to run through the deck again next turn. And that's it. So yeah, 15 horses on top of the deck. We are going to get swamp hagged this turn. We're also going to have a mastermind. And we're going to be able to do a lot of insanity. My opponent doesn't even play the Swamp Hag. They just go for the Mastermind. Yeah, that's a pretty tricky decision to have to make there, but we've got 2 Masterminds. We're going to play a bunch of horses. Play a bunch more horses. Okay, I guess we should keep this open. But we're basically just going to play Chariot Race whenever we find it. They have a province, so we're not winning any Chariot Races here. That's fine. Let's just draw through everything, play our liveries. Yeah, just play this. Move along, move along. Alrighty. So many clicks. Oh my gosh. Okay, that was a lot. That was a lot. One more game here to finish off the series, and we are going to be on the play in this last one. Great. We're either 4-1. Do have to go soon, so try to be quick. Last game. Okay, I'm going to take a look, but I have to read the kingdom. Alright, so we've got a Swindler, which is one of my... It's just a really powerful card. I was thinking at first that it was Masquerade. Watchtower... Draw until you have 6 cards in hand. Okay. Let's Way of the Chameleon. What? Okay, so it turns cards into coins and coins into cards. Does anything... Okay, so this would become coins. This is like the only way to generate actions, though, too. Oh, yeah, that wouldn't even be good. Okay, Sanctuary is really cool. Relic is a cool attack as well. And Lost City is a way to generate additional action, so Lost City is really powerful. Smugglers gain a copy of a card costing up to 6 that the last player gained during their last turn. That is pretty fun. When you play this, exile it. Oh. That is pretty cool. There's no 4s in the entire kingdom, so yeah, you just keep buying more stockpiles with Stockpile. No, yeah, that seems really cool and fun. Swindler is obviously really good at the start of the game, though, because you get to give them curses every time you hit a copper. If you hit an estate, you just move on with your life, but if you hit a copper, you get to give them a curse, so that is definitely something we want to make use of. There's not really any other good ways to trash. I see ways to exile. Alrighty. And with 4, what are they going to go for? And they also go for a Swindler. So the question is, do we want a double Swindler, or do we want to grab like a stockpile here now? And you don't want to draw 2 Swindlers at the same time, so I think I will go for this with a 5. I'm tempted to Honestly, I'm just tempted to go for a Sanctuary. The reason being, if you Lost City, make them draw an additional card, and then they swindle your Lost City, you just gave them that extra card for nothing. Though that's going to be terrible, yeah, because we're going to wind up with a bunch of counting houses. There's just so many 5s in this kingdom. We're going to wind up with a bunch of watchtowers and counting houses eventually here. So you do kind of need the Lost City. But Sanctuary allowing you to hide some cards too, I think is going to be pretty useful. You can at least get the curses out of your hand and get the estates out of the way, though that just makes it more likely that you get cursed. So yeah, definitely a weird kingdom for sure. Opponent isn't sure if they want to go for a second Swindler or their first Stockpile. And they're going to join me with a Stockpile and a Swindler. So I was lucky enough to draw the 5 there. Let's go for Sanctuary. This is why I got one of each. This is exactly why I got one of each here. So that I could do this. And my opponent grabs another Stockpile. So yeah, now I'm tempted to like... I think I am tempted to just grab something else big. Could have also just drawn the last 2 cards in my deck. Do we know that they were... No, there was an estate in the last 2 cards in my deck. So I didn't want to do that. Or wait, no, that would have been fine. Maybe let's do that. It's estate plus copper. That way we can draw the Sanctuary quicker. Oh, no. I already... Never mind. Because I already saw what their swindled card was, so now it seems awkward to request that. So what I'm tempted to do here is just Swindler and Stockpile and grab my Stockpile again. Yeah, I think that's just going to be really powerful. They got my Stockpile. That is a little bit annoying. Like I said, we're probably just going to wind up with a bunch of watchtowers this game. No, they gave me a silver. Okay, well that I will definitely take. Because that seems a lot better than watchtower. There is like Lost City and stuff, so I can understand where that's not as good. And they go for a Tactician. So I could have... Yeah, the Stockpile's interesting because it does kind of make you just want to purchase more stockpiles. And then I guess eventually they all run out too. Okay, I'm just kind of seeing now where Stockpile could bring us. There's no point in exiling Stockpile. I probably just want to exile this estate. The question then is, do I want to buy another Sanctuary? Do I want to buy a Lost City? I'm really not sure. We'll buy a Stockpile eventually, I think, but I don't think I want to buy it right this second. I do think I want to buy a Lost City because there's just going to be so much chaos going on with these Swindlers, and I might even want to try to grab another Swindler when the opportunity presents itself. Oh wow, okay. They're going for Sanctuary plus Stockpile to get back their last 2 stockpiles. So yeah, there's definitely like a reason to make a run on the stockpiles for sure. They trashed a copper, so we get to curse them. That is great. And now I get to give them another Sanctuary or Lost City. Woodrow has woken up from hearing my voice, I imagine. Sure, we can grab one more Lost City. The earlier you get the Lost Cities, the better they are. I'm gonna see if Woody's up. Hi, Woody. You want to say hi? You want to say hi to the stream? Up, up. Come on, baby. It's almost my turn. Come on, up, up. I'm going to go take my turn. I'll be back for you, Woodrow. Oh, wow, that was perfect. So we hit the double Swindler. Unfortunately, we trashed their curse. But we also trashed their stockpile. So here's where I think we start... Yeah, giving them, like, Watchtower. I think Watchtower is just terrible. And now another 6. I think we'll throw in another Sanctuary, get these estates out of my hand. Woodrow. He's eating and stuff and moving around. This is what I was afraid of. They trashed my Lost City. They now get to give me a Counting House, and I gave them that card for nothing. So that is a little bit annoying. Luckily, Lost City Counting House is at least a little bit of a combo, in that you discard your coppers to Lost City and then draw them back at the end of the thing with the counting houses. So yeah, they're gonna, yeah, these stockpiles do seem really good, huh? Maybe I should just be getting into this stockpile game. All right, what can we Sanctuary? Well, I can guarantee draw a copper if I just chameleon it. And I wouldn't hate, yeah, let's do that because I just want to get another Lost City into my deck. So we drew a card for them, but I think this should be okay as long as we can hit our Lost Cities off of like this Sanctuary. We only have one draw to do it, I suppose. But if we can, let's not exile. We really want to find a Lost City. Oh, we can just exile the Counting House. Duh. Oh, that is so easy. Okay, let's give them a bunch of Watchtowers. Okay, so they had another Watchtower, so they were able to trash Watchtower. Okay, that's kind of funny. And now we have 6 with 3 buys. Do we have any... Yeah, we do want to grab a Swindler and a stockpile, I think, here. Okay. Okay. My head was a little bit out of the game, but I think we will be able to figure it out. This game's going to be a little bit long, though, unfortunately. We definitely do not want to discard that from exile. Yeah, the Sanctuary is going to help a lot against the Swindling. And yeah, they had Tactician to give them an additional exile thing here. So now we do have Counting House in the deck, though I will probably just discard... Oh, I don't have to discard with this. Oh, what am I thinking? Okay. Okay, let's draw 2 off of our Swindler then. That's kind of sweet. They trashed a copper. Let's give them a curse. And then I think let's just grab another Sanctuary. Yeah, draw 2 off Swindler when you have actions floating. That's pretty cool. My opponent's definitely kicking our butt here because they have 2 provinces already. These Swindlers have been pretty good for them. We'll have 6 this turn, so I suppose we'll grab another Sanctuary. You can have another Watchtower. The goal is just to give them way too many Watchtowers to deal with. Maybe Tactician is... I'm underrating Tactician in this kingdom. They trashed my silver that they gave me. So what will they give me instead? Will they give me a Watchtower? Yeah, now they know that Watchtower is the one to be given. It does protect you against future Watchtowers, but let's see. So they grabbed a Lost City, drawing me a Sanctuary, so I like that. Let's start with this. Let's exile all of my estates. I like that. Now I have to think if I want to start exiling my coppers. I could also Swindler here to draw 2. Yeah, I like that. Let's draw 2. And now I can Sanctuary the Counting House and then play the Swindler. Oh, I gotta give him something. Let's give him another Watchtower. Which they can trash. So that's fine. I still gotta give it to him, you know? Let's exile a counting house, and then let's actually play this because we won't have an action floating. So 4, we could have 10. 10 with all the buys. We're definitely going to... Oh, we give them a curse, sorry. Oh, and then they can watchtower it away. That is fine. So we're definitely going to be buying a stockpile here. And I almost just want to clean the stockpiles out because then my opponent won't be able to use it against me. Like, then my opponent no longer gets to use their stockpiles. Yeah, let's end the stockpile shenanigans and grab another Swindler. What's up, General Ginyu? Just playing some Dominion. We don't want to exile that. Can we exile a copper? That's probably free. Oh, we have 5 here. We probably just use the stockpile, get a province. So let's not exile. Let's just play this. They trashed a sanctuary, so we give them a counting house, right? And then we buy our first province. So yeah, if we can turn all of our stockpiles into provinces, that's going to be pretty okay for us, I think. I don't think we want to use stockpile just to grab a Swindler, because that would be like the alternative play. But I think this turn I'll just go stockpile, stockpile, copper, copper, buy a province. And we've got enough sanctuaries that we should be able to hide our provinces away. My opponent's got a big turn here. I guess they are... Yeah, they've already decided whether or not they wanted to chameleon with that. So I am being swindled. For my Swindler, I will gain a watchtower. The game is like reasonably close to ending, which is interesting. Yeah, counting house and watchtower. Ooh, and I drew a Swindler off of that now too. That's still awkward in terms of what it represents for my end game here, but we definitely want to play the Swindler. So this is 4. Basically what I'm saying now is I'll still have to trash 2 stockpiles if I want to get a province. Though what I could do is I could trash 2 stockpiles and get 2 sanctuaries. And I think I like that just as well. It's tough though. Could also get 1 more Lost City. Lost City is really good. Let's get 1 more Sanctuary, 1 more Lost City. I think this is going to be good for us here. Alright, we've got a Watchtower, so we are protected against Swindlers. My opponent going Counting House. That is going to be decent for them on this turn. And then using Stockpile and grabbing a Sanctuary themselves. Okay, but I think we are looking good on this turn. We Sanctuary, get rid of our Watchtower. We Sanctuary... Do we want to start exiling coppers? I don't think so. I also should have been, trying to grab golds. I don't really want to exile... Well, yeah, I guess I do want to exile coppers, because then they can't get swindled. Give me 4, give me 6. Problem is, no, I have 6 right now. Let's not exile. Let's not exile again here. So they trash a Watchtower. Let's just give them another Watchtower. Trash a Watchtower. We give them another Watchtower. And, like, the game is somewhat close to ending, which is an interesting thing as well. Okay. Sanctuary to hide the province is great. We don't really have to... You don't have to worry about your provinces getting smuggled or anything like that, or swindled, I mean. But it is just good to be able to thin your deck out, and that's why Sanctuary is good. Okay. They gave us a counting house, which is fine. Then they played Tactician to set up their next turn. Maybe I should have a Tactician as well, because it's been really good for my opponent. So do I want to use the stockpile to grab a gold? That seems worthwhile. I could also use it to grab a Tactician, but let's just use it to grab a gold. I think that's something we should have been doing earlier. So my opponent is going to Tactician. So my opponent gets a big turn here where they already have additional actions. Tactician is definitely looking good on this board. But this is a close game. And it's a close game in a number of ways because the game is almost over. Watchtowers and curses could certainly be how the game ends, or watchtowers and swindlers. And we're only behind my opponent by 4. So we want to, now we get to top deck this gold. So the watchtower actually was pretty good for us here. Because gold, you have to give us a gold again. And then we just get to top deck it. Opponent plays Counting House just for watchtower. Interesting. I don't know. I don't really know exactly what happened there. And they are going to grab a Smugglers, which I think is going to be too late in the game for that one, but we shall see. So, Lost City. Yeah, okay. Let's just do this. We have enough for a... I don't even think that does anything. We just play it just to cycle it, right? Oh, well. Okay, that actually worked. We still only have 1 buy, though, so let's just play Lost City. Let's play Sanctuary. We could actually get rid of a copper here. 6, 11. 11. Would we rather just have 10? I mean, 10 and 2 buys is obviously goes into the current kingdom very well, though I do want a province. So I think I'm going to just exile a copper. I'm going to get a province, and I might even just grab an estate, because I think we've got enough sanctuaries and nothing to exile that we are going to just want to get estates. Estate could be another way that we end the game as well, through the watchtowers and estates. And I think our deck is slightly stronger than our opponents. It's close, and neither of our decks are particularly powerful. But yeah, they got a bunch of watchtowers over there. That's why the sanctuaries are really good. Anytime my opponent gives me some BS like Counting House, I just exile it. We just don't got time for that one. If I exile a copper, that seems like it doesn't impact this turn at all. So let's exile a copper. Let's Swindler. They trashed a curse. We'll give them another curse. And then we have 3, so we can just pick up another Swindler, which might put us closer to ending the game. Yeah, here we go. We drew the estate, which is like, okay, we made this hand worse. But now we have a free victory point because we're going to be able to hide that estate in the sanctuary. And that should be good. All right, our opponent gives us a curse. That's like the first time they have given us a curse. How do you trash? How do you trash the curses? Oh, you get them swindled. Okay. So my opponent has no curses in exile. I have no curses in exile. I've got a bunch of Counting Houses in exile, though. That's funny. All right, let's get rid of this estate. Let's possibly get rid of this copper. Let's see. No, not yet. All right, let's get rid of this province. That's perfect. And now we have 6 here, which is also 6 with 2 buys. We'll give them another Counting House. And now they can Watchtower the Counting House. And then we're going to have 6. So we probably grab a gold. It is 6 with 2 buys, so we could grab some swindlers and try to end the game, but let's go for a gold. This has been a game for sure here. This turn, I assume we'll just pick up a swindler, but this is a really awkward turn for us. And my opponent's having a big turn here. Yeah, maybe I keep saying we should maybe grab a tactician, and then not grabbing it. But I think we will grab one now. That's cool. So, yeah, let's trash that counting house. We did lose our lost city, which is super annoying, though. And I think we're just going to buy another swindler. Not a super interesting turn. Wow, they grabbed a wild hunt, finally. Okay, cool. Cool. Let's go swindler. Oh, we trashed their wild hunt already. That's what you get for trying to do anything cool. They trash that, which is totally fine. And let's just grab another swindler. And, because we're gaining it with the watchtower, let's just continue. Because, yeah, we'd rather hit these lost cities and sanctuaries here. All right, watchtower to draw 2, and then they are all done. So we should have a pretty big turn here. I think we should be able to pick up a province, and that should be able to put our opponent in a spot where they are unable to come back from, right? I need one more. Let's see, if I get rid of this, yeah, I can exile this and then swindler twice and replay my stuff. So take a curse. Trashed a smugglers, take a watchtower, and then I will buy a province. So now we're beating my opponent by 9, and this game is super close to being over. Even just these additional buys, I can actually end the game this turn by purchasing a watchtower and 2 curses. So we will be able to do that here and end the game, and I don't think there's any way my opponent can play around this. They'd have to grab 7 victory points this turn because I'm gonna lose 2 victory points. All right, there's a curse. That's totally fine. We were gonna buy that anyways, so no problem here. But yeah, we should be able to end the game now. Let's exile this curse, sanctuary, and don't exile, and then we just play swindler. Trashed a treasure hunt. You can have a counting house. And then they will trash the counting house, and then we will purchase a watchtower, a curse, and an estate. And that'll end the game. 20-12, up by 8 at the end of it. GG's. So, I don't know. I'm going to ask my opponent if they mind reporting, because I do have to go. So that is going to be the end of the stream and the end of the video. I did go 5-1 in these games, according to what my opponent just said there. I also wasn't sure exactly what the score was, so that's helpful. So yeah, we got it 5-1. So I think that means that we just won the league. We do have 3 more games to play, but I think I can even lose all 3 of those games and we still win the league. So that is quite fantastic and a pretty good showing here. I will throw the standings up on the screen now as they exist after this one for the YouTube audience. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of this content in the future. I'll probably play additional leagues as well, and if you want to watch me play them live, head on over to twitch.tv/NoLuxGiven and hit that follow button to be notified when I go live. Oh my gosh. I've got no voice. I haven't drank anything all stream. As you can hear, I was clearing my throat. Maybe we'll see if Woodrow wants to say hi. No problem, General Ginyu. Woodrow, you still up, baby? He's just going back into his house. He's got big old full cheeks right now, and it was just going back to sleep. So I'm going to end it here, but thank you guys very much for watching. I'm No Lux Given. Peace.